Hi Aries, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today Aries is really interesting because you guys brought me to this Egyptian deck that I have, which is rare. I haven't used it in a while, and I saw this card, which is also weird because I haven't memorized every single card in that deck. So what this card represents, it's in the family of Earth. It's number 6. So I don't know if you guys have a lot of Earth in your chart or you're dealing with an Earth sign perhaps, but it's Ta, number 6. Ta is like the family of Earth, and it's Akeru. That's the name of the Egyptian god. And what this card represents is remembering the past in order to know how to act in the present. And it can also mean unconscious memories resurfacing at this time. So I feel like the message for you guys right now is to get grounded, because I feel, just as last week we had a lot about the subconscious and things were surfacing, I feel like Aries, you still might be going through that, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's important work that needs to be done. So if you're feeling like, again, there's a lot of things that are kind of coming up, and you know what's crazy is that when I heard remembering the past in order to know how to act in the present, I thought of it as a negative thing right away. So I feel like there's things from your past that keep you from going forward, right? They hold you back. They block you in a sense. That's what I'm getting. It's like you remember the past in order to know how to act right now. So I don't know. I feel when you hold on to the past heavily, yes, you can learn things, but at the same time, I feel like it's baggage for you right now. That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a lot of baggage. And there's also a lot about the lion, so you guys can have Leo in your chart. So I'm getting a lot of like fire and earth energy with this. But I think the message is to ground yourself, because there's unconscious memories resurfacing, and I think that like you're being triggered in a sense, maybe at this time, to kind of bring them up. So you're like, oh, why am I thinking about that today? It's coming up to the surface so that you can deal with it. You know what I mean? Because the way that you're acting in the present, I think, is heavily influenced by your past, but in a way that it holds you back. Right? Let's just say like I fell going down that street, and I just don't like going down that street because every time I go down the street, I remember like cutting my knee and I don't know, whatever. I'm just giving an example. It's like in the present, you will not go down that street from a past memory. Like, and you don't even know that's why you don't go down that street. You know what I mean? You just had a negative association with that street and you never go down it. You couldn't even remember why. Then it's like that memory resurfaces, that unconscious thing like resurfaces, and it's bringing up pain and it's bringing up hurt. And then it's like, you kind of block it out. But the good thing is, like, if you can understand why you do something now, and if it's, oh, I never go down that street, I guess that's a dumb reason not to go down that street. I think I have to kind of take a look at that and just like go down that street finally, right? And that's what they want you to do right now. It's like whatever is coming up that feels heavy, let it come out so that you can work on it and then release it. Right? Then you're just going to be going down that street every single day. You're not going to have to worry about going down that street anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's supposed to bring you peace. So yeah, whatever unconscious memories are being resurfaced, take a look at them, because the way that you're acting in the present is like, I feel like you have a lot of baggage from the past, and that kind of has to be released at this time. So if you're feeling a lot of things and you don't, this is like a sign for you guys to go ground yourself. And like, how do you ground yourself? I mean, where I am, you cannot like go out and walk barefoot right now. It's freezing. So if you're in like a warmer climate, I would say that's good. I would put some green like in your house, go touch a tree. I know that sounds crazy, but just go like hug a tree, literally. Just go take a hike, or go for a swim if you have the luxury of like being near water, that's not freezing. So yeah, Aries, go ground yourself, and that's going to help you with this. So yeah, let's pull some more cards, Aries. So Aries, it's crazy because this reading is so weird. Just like your meditative session was weird, this reading's a little weird. In the sense that your meditative session was a little bit gloomy, and it seemed like someone, again, who was looking into the past and it was affecting their present. And now I see that, I think that's the warning for some of you. And for others of you, I think that you're already past that energy, right? So the warning for you guys would be to not go back to that way of thinking, to not allow that to happen again, right? Because this is like the best, one of the best reads I've ever had. Like cards wise, there's so many beautiful cards out here. We have the heaven and earth, right? So I feel like what this reading is really about is someone who stopped themselves for a really long time because of past energy, past baggage, and healing that needed to take place. And now they're ready to set off, right? And I feel like this is you, Aries, the person who was like, the person who couldn't see, the person who was holding on to pain, the person who could not, again, there was something that happened in the past that kept you down, right? It was baggage that you were carrying. So again, it's like you wouldn't go down that street. You wouldn't want to go down that street from the meditative session because you were, that you had a bad memory from that, and you just kind of were traumatized, it seems, because you just didn't want to go down there. And I think you're letting that go, right? And if you haven't let that go yet, that's the message, because if once you let that go, you have literally the heaven and earth, the 10 of cups, and the love card. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, I think the real message for you, Aries, is that what was stopping you in the past, maybe you blame it a lot on external circumstances. And what I think it comes from is, it comes from trauma, it comes from baggage, it comes from the subconscious mind, the unconscious mind, right? And I think that was what was holding you back. So every time you did something, every time things didn't work out in your favor, or when you had a falling out with someone, I feel like you put a lot of that blame on them. You put a lot of blame on circumstances, and you didn't put a lot of blame on like the baggage that you were carrying yourself, right? Like the reason that maybe it didn't work out had a little bit to do with you too, right? So this is like taking responsibility for like your own actions in that relationship. This seems to be mainly about love, right? And I feel with the King of Wands in reverse, they're talking about you, Aries, how you have stopped yourself maybe from good relationships, stopped yourself from having these really intimate relationships with people because of whatever it was that you were carrying in the past, right? And I don't know what it was. For everybody, it's going to be different, but that is what kind of kept you from someone, right? And now we're ending with the same two cards, right? It's kind of like you have that opportunity to balance things out with a person because you're putting balance within, right? So maybe you don't put a lot of preference on love. You put more preference on work. You put more preference on friends, and you think love is kind of pointless. Again, I was getting that with Aquarius. Maybe you have Aquarius in your chart, but I don't think you think it's pointless. I think you just think it's something you don't really need, something you could do without. It's not even necessary. You're living a good life. But I see this preoccupying your mind. For some of you, it's on the back of your mind. Perhaps like maybe why somebody left, right? I keep saying perhaps. Does one of you guys say perhaps? Because I don't say perhaps, and I'm saying it a lot now. It's so weird. But yeah, it just feels with the Two of Cups in reverse that you have this on your mind. But I think the reason that this didn't come into fruition in the past with a person, again, maybe a chance with a soulmate, a friendship, right? This could just be a friendship with someone that was close to you that you lost. And I think you think like, again, it had a lot to do with your emotional baggage. It had a lot to do with you as well as probably them. But I mean, this reading is for you, Aries. But I see that you're coming to recognize that with time, and you're becoming okay with that fact because now you kind of know what to do. Right? And they're giving you a chance to start again. I don't know if you want to start again with this person, but with the Chariot, I feel like this is you moving forward in your life on this new beginning. But it's only once you allow for the past, right? This was about unconscious memories, and this was about looking at the past, which like could be affecting your present. And that's what this is about. So it's like once you get past this, right, you move forward into love. And what you have to really understand was that the reason things might have been taken away from you, the soulmate, right? Friendships ended in the past, had a lot to do with your energy, right? With the King of Wands in reverse. So that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like ownership for, you know what, like recognizing that you have the ability to change things now because you recognize it, and they're giving you a chance to start again. It's up to you how you want to start it, but I see you already have someone in mind with this Queen of Cups. Again, it might not necessarily be this person that you've lost in the past, but you have someone now that you have in mind that you want to move forward to. Could be the same person, could be someone different. It doesn't really matter. It matters the fact that you want to give this cup, you know what I mean? And you see them as someone who will give you their cup. So you're already on to new things. You already want to make some sort of offer to someone, right? And I see the marriage card here, the celebration, a higher level of commitment perhaps with this person, because now you're able to finally like see that you have to kind of give to receive, right? But what was holding you back was all this pain, right? Even you might have left this person, right? You might have left this person behind, and it was because you couldn't see that. Again, this is my nightmares card, right? And it came up for this card. So I see that there was things in the back of your mind that, you know, you weren't seeing things clearly, right? This is all about illusions. Do you see how the post is not really what it seems? The house isn't really what it seems. Everything here is something different than what it seems. I think now with this fresh pair of eyes, you're seeing things differently, and you're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, oh no, that was me, you know? That might have been me. And I think that this is a beautiful read, Aries, because taking ownership for things that we've done is a really beautiful thing. And I also think you're not gonna sit with this too much. You know what I mean? You're gonna see it, you're gonna recognize it, you're gonna take ownership for this behavior, and then you're like, okay, then I'm never doing it again, you know? I don't see you being a person who's going to allow this to happen again. I also don't see you being very proud. Again, I had a lot of lines, so Leo energy, so I hope that pride won't be a thing here, where it's like you can't admit to someone, maybe I was wrong, you know? But I see with the Six of Swords here that you may be leaving a soulmate, you being a little bit manipulative, a little bit greedy, a little bit everything. Like these cards just seem very negative to me, all these cards, right? And I think it all came from the past. It all came from something that happened in the past, and it affected your future. It affected your present. It's crazy how the past, the present, and the future are all tied together. That's something else that this card was talking about, how they're all technically tied together, but at the same time, they're all very independent of one another. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just a crazy thing to think about. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you kind of want to rewrite a story. You want to rewrite something, and it's only coming after the fact that you see this, right? So maybe the whole point was for you to see this so you wouldn't, you know, again, it was all about recognizing this. That's what they wanted to bring you to, right? So that you could balance out a situation, and you're balancing out within, so you're going to balance now externally. And I think that what's on your mind is this person, right? Someone who at one point was very giving to you, and you feel now you're ready to reciprocate that, where at this time you were not. For some reason you were not. Maybe, you know, something happened between you and this person, and you put the blame on them. That's what I'm getting a lot. You put a lot of the blame on them. It could also just be at this time you weren't ready for a serious relationship. You didn't want to have any sort of commitment, right? That's what this also feels like someone who just does not want to be committed, and you had to look at like why you didn't want to be committed, particularly maybe to this person or just to anyone in general. Like you just were not ready to be in a relationship. And now I see that after some time you've realized that you're balancing that out within you, right? You're balancing that energy out within you, why you don't want to maybe commit, why you maybe enjoy just having relationships that are, you know, maybe just more sexual, maybe just more like easygoing, nothing very serious, right? And I think that's what you say to people, like, oh, I'm not ready for anything serious at this time. And again, it kind of, this person might care about you and be like, okay, well, like, I really care about you, and I can't just like, I don't want to just, you know, hang around again, waiting for someone who's never going to show up. And you were like, well, that's fine then, you know, like you would be like, bye, you know, and that's how you were in the past, I feel. Just not in the best energy, you know what I mean? And that's why you've had a lot of losses when it comes to maybe romance and dealing with people, because you were in the state where you just didn't want to commit, you didn't care, and now you're ready for this higher level of commitment. Now I'm really getting another story where it's just like somebody probably wanted a higher level of commitment with you, and maybe they made some sort of offer to you and you just like rejected them in the past. See what I'm saying? It seems like they seem like they know what they want, right? With this like Ace of Cups, the Page of Coins, and the Four of Wands. They wanted a higher level of commitment and you weren't ready to give anybody that, because again, there was a lot of imbalance within. So now, again, I have the two cards of you balancing yourself out. So it's a really beautiful thing, Aries, because, again, it's not only that you're taking ownership, but you're also being given a brand new opportunity. So I think you can do whatever you want with this, right? You can go to this person. Maybe they're available, maybe they're not. But I see you getting everything that you want with this Ace of Wands, because we have the Heaven and Earth card here. We have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Love card. I see you looking down. This is you looking at the past, right? And unable to kind of move forward. But this is an old energy, right? This isn't going to keep you down anymore. This isn't going to keep you from your abundance. This isn't going to keep you from your heaven and earth. Could be dealing with a soulmate here. We have 11 out here. But yeah, many completions here and then new beginnings. And 8 might be significant to you. I think, 8, 6, 4, right here with these two 8s. This is the energy that you have to be in now, though. You have to realize that what's going to give you true abundance is being open, right? What's going to give you true abundance is being balanced within. What's going to give you true abundance is being ready. I think this is a lot about a higher level of commitment. This reading is it's a lot about wanting a higher level of commitment now. And after a time of not wanting one for a really long time, that's what this feels like. It's like, why didn't I want this with this person? Particularly, I feel like you're reflecting on a certain individual. It's like, why didn't I want this with this individual? And I think you're realizing that it had a lot to do with you. You know what I mean? It was like, it's like it was more you than it was them, right? And maybe, again, you put a lot on them, but I think it had a lot to do with you. Yeah, I'm not saying this person was a saint, but I do see them being very much a person. It's either that you want to commit to now, but I also think that this is a person who wanted, again, to commit with you in the past, and it was something that you might have rejected. So now I see why you rejected it. I see why you might have left it, and I think you see why you left it, right? There was pain. There was past energy that had not been healed. So it's like you're working with something, it's like you're working in a deficit, right? You're working in an energy that's not great. So it's like, how are you going to achieve a relationship that you want with somebody? It's crazy. I saw this thing about, I think her name is Teal Swan. She put this video and it was like, how can you expect yourself to be good at relationships when, let's just say you've started figuring shit out about yourself. Like you started to do work on yourself. Right? And then you do this work on yourself and you realize like who it is that you are. And it's like, okay, so you're just getting to know yourself and then you're just going to throw yourself out into a relationship. Do you know what I'm saying? And she was like, that, would you do that to a person? And people were like, no, that's not right. And she's like, exactly. Like you have to kind of learn these things, right? You have to learn how, I mean, I know it sounds crazy, but you have to learn how to love. Like, I know that sounds crazy. It's like you would think that love is like the easiest thing to do, but I don't think it's easy at all. I think it's the most like complicated thing to be in a relationship, to, not only like love yourself and know who you are, but then to do that with someone else. So I see you kind of giving yourself a little bit of credit. And once you give, I don't see you being someone who's holding back and feeling really guilty. I don't see that at all. I just see you kind of understanding that and like moving forward. And all I think, everything good is coming for you now, but I think it's like it took a long time for you to get here, for you to want a higher level of commitment, for you to like kind of trust in the fact that you could get a second chance. Maybe you in the past, I just don't feel like you were in the best energy in the past, and I feel like you might have hurt some people. And I think it's kind of, again, and you're not feeling guilty about it. I don't feel a lot of guilt. I just feel, I can't, it's like ownership. It's like I did do that, Not a lot of guilt, a lot of ownership. But yeah, Aries, everything's being balanced out so you can have this love. And it starts with you. It's you doing the work. So like, congratulations. Let's pull some advice. Wow, Aries, I love your advice. So you got Dove Spirit number 21, be peace. I think this is what they want you to feel. And again, I was feeling that with you guys. You're not feeling, super guilty and super sad. And, if you are, you won't for, you know, it won't take long for you to not feel like that, because they're kind of propelling you forward quickly, because they really want you to be excited about this new beginning. Again, they don't want you to dwell on past shit. This is all about not dwelling on the past, not looking at the past and making it a blockage. It's like being free from the past, right? Breaking those chains, and it's like a clean slate, right? And that's what they're giving you. They're giving you a clean slate to start over and to move forward in a different way. And they want you to be at peace with the past. That's what it is. It's like, you don't have to look at that anymore. And again, I don't feel you feeling guilty. I feel you maybe feeling, again, you're accepting that. And now it's like, okay, do you even accept yourself, right? Like, who's gonna want to be with someone who did that, and that? Like, you're kind of just like, fuck, like I really messed up in some situations, but they're telling you to just be at peace with that. Like, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what you did in the past. I think what you want to be is forgiven, right? But I think it just takes forgiving yourself and moving forward. Maybe you want to make an apology to someone, I'm not sure, but I think it just takes, forgiving yourself and moving forward. Be at peace with whatever happened in the past, and just know that you do get the ability to do things over. You do get a clean slate. You're getting that clean slate, and what you want now is totally different than what you probably wanted in the past, and that's okay. I see you wanting a higher level commitment. I see you wanting all these things that I feel like in the past, that was completely different than your energy in the past, you know what I mean? So you're just like, damn, but it's okay. Who cares? Like, you're evolving, you're growing, you're moving forward. You don't have this monkey on your back, right? You don't have this chain holding you back, right? And it's because you're trying, again, these were very important cards, the Two of Pentacles twice, the balancing that you're doing within, right? It starts within. And that's what Lakshmi is coming out for, the goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. I really feel that you can create any reality that you want now. And like, look at the potential that you have. You have the Heaven and Earth. You have the Ten of Cups. You have the Love card. You have every good card out here about love. So and you have the Ace of Cups here, the Queen of Cups. The Four of Wands, my God. Don't feel bad about anything in the past. I know that's something that I think people are supposed to feel some sort of remorse and move forward. But again, do not let the past be a reason for you to ruin your present and to ruin your future. Do you know what I'm saying? Take this as a lesson and then just move forward with it. If you need to ask for forgiveness from anyone, if you feel some sort of guilt, for the ones that feel guilty, I'm not feeling that's a lot of people, but just do that. You know what I mean? But this is happening because you're deciding to, you're choosing to, and you get that fresh slate. You really do. You don't have to you don't have to hold this anymore. You know what I mean? You don't have to hold the pain anymore. You get that fresh start. I feel like it's someone who's like, well, I did some bad shit. You get that fresh start. Like, you do. Forgive yourself, and move forward. Forgive the ones that hurt you, that put you in that pain. You know what I mean? Forgive those people that put you in that predicament in the first place. It kind of feels like you didn't even have a fair shot because of whatever, happened to you in the past. And it was just like, you know what? You have the ability to start clean. You know what I mean? I kind of getting this baptism vibe. I don't know. It's weird. Just being bathed and starting new, right? They say when a kid's baptized, it's like their first day. You know what I mean? It's like before nothing before counted. And that's kind of what I'm getting with you. It's like you can start again. You can choose whatever it is that you want. You don't have to tie yourself back because it's oh, that's who I was. You can be whoever you want to be now. Just be at peace, Aries. So yeah, Aries, I really love you guys. I love this reading. I hope it resonates, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.